Hey guys, hope everything is going well. Just a few things. I'm going to be doing a live stream on Sunday night. I may have a guest, not completely sure. All right, and another thing is this is going to be a finance video, so if you're not into this topic, then this video obviously is not for you. I'm just sharing my thoughts, and I also would like to have your opinion. Okay, so I talked about what I like looking at in terms of collectibles in general. I like looking at the 10-year tips rate. Anytime that it's extremely positive, I view it as a time to buy, and I want to sell in a negative interest rate environment. And we're slowly headed over the next few years towards a very positive interest rate environment. Right now, as of today, this is not updated, but on CNBC's website, it says that interest rates are basically at zero. The tips rate, 10-year tips. Now, I wanted to look at the dollar index per se. And going back to the tips market, I do believe there is a good rationale behind using this over long periods of time. Now, that being said, I do also want to look at the dollar index. And this is where, some people are talking about scholarly content. This would be actually some good trends to research. And it would probably stem around if the dollar is really strong, then what's the probability of sports cards going up? Now, if the dollar is weakening, then is that a better time to be selling? So time to be buying, this is just not me saying this. I'm just thinking out loud. It'd be a good topic to research. Is the good time to buy when the dollar's strong and then sell it when it's weak? And this is over long periods of time, not, some short-term flip. Okay. And my opinion, this 10-year tips, as long as there's change in interest rates, specifically a 10-year yield, could potentially have impact on the dollar index because sophisticated traders, investors, they look at interest rate differentials. I could get into that in a different video, but I just wanted to focus now just on the dollar, okay? If you look at 2020, when the economy was tumbling down, the dollar index was at 103, close to that point, and March of 2020. And if you look at it around March of last year, the dollar index was around 90. So the dollar index went down about 13, 14%, while the market was going crazy. And the market was going crazy for a variety of reasons. We were in a pandemic, stimulus checks, PPP loans, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we had a lot of things going on during that time frame. And I explained why I believe the markets went up. It had nothing to deal with being positive or negative or content on YouTube, okay? Now, over the past year, you could see that the dollar index has reversed, right? It's gone back up to 103. Now, I don't expect just because I believe the dollar index is going to go down. And I only started looking at this because a few people were talking about this. One person messaged me about the dollar index. One person commented. Now, I'm just looking at it, okay. Technical indicator, I'm not a technical analyst, but all these technicians are saying that, okay, there's going to be a reversal in the dollar index. Not investment advice, though, okay. This reverses, will we see higher prices in the coming months, maybe years ahead, 1 to 2 years. And it's not going to be that big of an increase, I'm saying, because that huge increase was from 2018 to 2021, early 2021. But I'm looking and thinking the high-end cards specifically. And I look at precious metals, so I do look at the dollar index, I do look at the euro, etc. And a few things to note about the dollar index is that this is the ICE futures website, and the other two websites were from stock charts. So the dollar index, most of it consists of the euro, which is 57.6%, Japanese yen, 13.6%. And that's about 70% of the dollar index. And those two currencies have been going down relative against the US dollar, right? And because of that, the dollar index has gone up. Now, I believe that there will be a reversal in this. The euro will rally, Japanese yen will rally, and the dollar index will go down. And temporarily speaking, some of these high-end cards could catch a bid. Now, I'm not playing this, but this is, I think, a good topic to study. What is the probability over, we could say, a long period of time when the dollar index goes up? How do collectibles do? And when the dollar index just dramatically goes down, what the dollar index does. I can tell you what happened in the 1970s. The dollar index was going down, and what happened was collectibles went up, precious metals went up, and it was also a negative interest rate environment. Now, what's going to happen when you see this right now, where all these sports cards have taken a hit today, and the dollar index is probably going to go lower? What's going to happen to this? Once again, someone who's a statistician, someone who looks at data, this would be a good topic to research regarding this. In my opinion, I want to buy, I don't look at specifically the dollar index, but it could be one indicator. But this is my most important chart, the 10-year tips, because I buy and sell for a long period of time. That's the goal, right? This pandemic changed my strategy just a bit. And now what I'm buying has changed my strategy, because still a lot of cards, in my opinion, are overvalued, and I'm a long-term guy. I don't usually do the flips. Sometimes flips here and there, but not really. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I could tell you that just because, the dollar index goes up doesn't mean that sports cards could necessarily go down. Remember 2019, sports cards were going up, and dollar index is going up. So yeah, it's not 100% correlation. I do want to see, though, if anyone is willing to put in the work, what is the probability sports cards go down when the dollar index goes down over a long period of time, and then vice versa when the dollar index goes up? What happens to prices? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.